Hi, and welcome to our podcast, The Journey to CEO Success. I'm your co-host, Melissa Saunders, along with Patrick Thean, award-winning serial entrepreneur, CEO coach, and a Wall Street Journal and USA Today best-selling author. His latest book, The Journey to CEO Success, is a #1 Amazon bestseller and the inspiration for this podcast. Hi, Patrick.
Hi, Melissa. Good to see you today.
Yeah, you too. And I'm excited to also welcome Greg Horejs to our show. With over 24 years of experience in the land development industry, Greg combines technical expertise with a passion for building strong, dynamic teams. In 2016, he founded Cage Engineering. Today, Cage has expanded into a thriving firm with offices in Illinois, Colorado, Arizona, North Carolina, and Florida, delivering top-tier consulting services nationwide. Welcome to the show, Greg.
Thanks so much for having me, Melissa and Patrick.
Yeah, welcome. You know, our podcast is about helping CEOs find a joyful and successful life. So I'm so excited to hear about your journey. But before we do that, please take a couple of minutes and tell us about your company, your business journey a little bit, and then we'll get into your background and your personal journey.
Yeah, thanks, Patrick. So as Melissa mentioned, I'm the founder and CEO of Cage Engineering. Cage services the land development and real estate development industry, and we are really blessed to have a great base of clients across all market sectors in real estate development: residential, industrial, commercial, retail, and even institutional projects. So we're providing engineering services, site development services, project management services, surveying, construction management, and really expanding that around the country.
Wow, that's really cool. Now, how did you get into this?
So I'm a civil engineer by education, and really consider myself blessed to have been exposed to land development really early in my career, because it's I know I'm biased, but I consider myself part of the minority because I get to do what I love every day. I truly enjoy not only what we are doing in helping real estate developers deliver their projects and solve some of their challenges, but get to work among some tremendous people.
By the way, that's beautiful what you just said about how you're one of the few people to get to do what you really love. And I've been quoted many times as saying, hey, if you do what you love, and if work is fun, then work is no longer work and you're having fun all the time. And I've been accused actually by my kids and some of my friends that I'm having too much fun at work. And I say, you can't have too much fun at work. So did you know from the beginning that you wanted to, you're a civil engineer, so you even got the civil engineering training. So did you know from the beginning that, hey, this is what you wanted to do, or how did you discover this?
Great question. And I really didn't. I didn't know much about land development and about real estate development coming out of school. And that's why, that is why I use the word blessed. I was very fortunate to have an experience early on in my career and really get exposed to it, and found that I have a true passion for it. And really it's probably more about the people side of it, the clients, the agencies, the strategic partners, and the team members that I get to interact with, that really is the source of that passion for me, because it's part of that sphere of influence where you get to impact not only the business but other people's lives along the way.
I think it's so amazing that we spend so much time with us training, thinking, making all the right decisions, but a lot of our decisions come down to the people. I still remember when I got my first job at Oracle, I interviewed at a couple of different companies, and I got a job offer from a company that was, actually would have allowed me to use what I was trained in school. I'm an electrical engineer, in signal processing and image processing. But then when I interviewed at Oracle Corporation, the people there made me so comfortable, and I went to Oracle and I became a software guy. It was just that decision, really. So tell me about your thoughts on that, because I look at your core values for the company and they're amazing. And also, when Melissa introduced you, she said that you have a passion for building strong and dynamic teams. So tell me about that. Tell me about how you build a dynamic team and how that connects with your joy and your successful journey.
Yeah, love that question. And really, Patrick, it wasn't crystal clear immediately when the business was started, and it took the first couple of years of navigating and truly understanding our identity as a business, and what that meant for the business that and the journey that we were on and what we were trying to build. And what I mean by that is there is our product, right? We are a professional services business, so there's the product that we offer to the marketplace and what we do for our clients. And we got to a point where we realized that was not our why. The what was very important, but our why was infinitely more important. And we quickly realized that we were really in the business of human development. We were trying to create this environment and a platform, or a springboard, if you will, for so many others in our industry to succeed and to recognize their fullest potential and to really thrive in their careers.
So that sounds like one of the things that you enjoyed most about your journey, not just externally, but also internally. What do you do to actually foster that for your employees, this growth and human development, so to speak?
Well, I'll give you a few examples. We don't have enough time to touch on all of them, but as you can see, and hopefully just see that's where the light, that's where my fire is lit.
Yes.
And we focus so much on that, and being intentional about the support and the challenge that we provide for our team members in order to help them along their journey and help them reach their mountaintop in their careers. So we have a number of different things and programs. We have a leadership academy where we focus not only on professional development and developing technical skills, but also some of the softer skills, communication skills, management, and really focusing and encouraging personal growth along the journey as well. Because essentially what we are trying to do is develop more leaders that are then equipped to lead the next generation of technical individuals, managers, and then ultimately leaders themselves.
Yeah, it's a rare combination to find technical people that have also good people leadership skills. And I think part of that is I'm an engineer. Like I said, I went to engineering school, and I think sometimes engineering school just doesn't teach you that the people stuff is important, right? So I came out of the working world and I discovered that for myself, that the people stuff is important. And I am really impressed that you invest in people. I say this because I've met a lot of CEOs that say to me, Patrick, I want to invest in my people, but I feel like if they don't stay with me, then I'm really investing in them for the competition or for somebody else. And my philosophy is that's all right. If my job was to shepherd you on your way to your next bus stop, and you got off my bus and got on somebody else's bus, that's okay, because I would have touched your life and I would have made your life better. And that makes me happy, frankly. So no, it's not an ego thing. It just makes me happy. I just feel like I was able to help somebody along. And invariably in my journey, I've found that more people have stayed with me than have left. So, if you don't invest in people, then it doesn't work, right? So I believe in investing regardless whether or not that person leaves or stays. What are your thoughts on that?
Patrick, I could not agree more. And I love the words of J.W. Marriott, who was one of many leaders and successful entrepreneurs who said, as long as I take care of my people will take care of my clients and customers. And I believe in that so much. And yeah, I could not emphasize enough how much we focus on building up our people and just providing that environment where they can not just get by, not just have a job, but truly enjoy what they are doing and show a passion for what they're doing every day. And part of that environment is having an organization where we each genuinely care about our teammates, and we are motivated to help them succeed and help see them advance professionally and personally.
Yeah. So in practical terms, I'm curious how you've seen this help your company or help yourself when you've had highs or lows. I think when things are going well, everyone's happy. But when things are not going very well, it's, for me anyway, it's always been very heartwarming to see the team that I've assembled kind of dig in and work with me to get through difficult times. So share with me, like, how have you gone through some of the difficult times that, in the long span of your company's life? There has to be a couple of lows that I'd love for you to share how maybe you went through a challenge and how your people, really helped you, like kind of help people close loop and understand how there is actually, even though that's not the main reason I know why you invested people, there is an ultimate benefit to employees as well. I mean, to the company as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I will say, so as I've mentioned, with us creating a people first culture in our business, the toughest points in that are when you realize you may have, as you're solidifying the identity of your business, you may have some team members that aren't fully bought in. And that those are tough. That's a tough realization when you invest so much time and energy and focus on building and solidifying the culture and the identity that you feel so strongly about. And when you may have a team member or two that don't believe in that and that are not part of that, and that ultimately end up opting out. That initial reaction is hard emotionally to come to grips with, because you spend so much time and care and energy on it. And ultimately, I will say it ties back to believing in that why and believing in your purpose. Because when you feel, when you really have the conviction that you are going to do the best that you can to help elevate your team members and to really pour into them, not everybody's going to believe in that, especially when you have a group and you can relate as having a technical background yourself. Inevitably, you're going to have some individuals that say, that's soft stuff. That's not important. Just let me get to work, right? That's I just need to get to work. We don't need to talk about the fluffy stuff. But if that's important in our organization, if we truly want to be people first, we need to realize that the quote unquote soft stuff, actually caring about our team members and our clients and our strategic partners and putting the people first is critical. And so we, as hard as it was early on in our business, and we experienced a few of those bumps along the way as we solidified our identity, really what brought us through that is banding together and in some way doubling down and saying, no, this is who we are. This is what we want to be. We are a people first business. And if some people don't like that, that's fine. They don't need to be a part of that, but that is who we are. And I have to tell you, that was, it was one of those situations where a tough obstacle or hurdle or tough pill to swallow initially ended up being a great thing once we realized we are staying the course, and that's who we are.
Yeah. Can you share, can you think of or share one practical story how that influenced the decisions in the company? And so I'll give you one on my own, by the way. Like one of the things we do at this company is I call it Family's a Blessing Time, because one of our core values is Family's a Blessing. And at the end of the year, we tend to take the last 2 weeks and give it to our employees as a gift to just be away and spend time with their families. I've done this every single year of the company. Did it in my previous company as well. When I made this decision to do this years and years ago, I came to the realization watching my people. I realized that people weren't that productive, frankly, over the Christmas and holiday season. And so I decided that, you know what, they can either be here and their minds are not here, or their minds are here to some degree, but they're trying to get home, whatever. Or I can just say, guys, take 2 weeks and go recharge, refresh, enjoy your family. And on paper, it looks very expensive because I gave everyone 2 weeks off. But in reality, most people weren't super productive anyway during those 2 weeks. So yes, I gave them a gift, but I felt like they would come back recharged for the year. And boy, did that help the firm. So again, I didn't do it just to help the firm, but there's a good example where, I put the people first in this case, and lived a core value of family is a blessing, and have them, go spend that wonderful vacation time with their family, or make it a vacation time with their family, and everyone comes back refreshed. Retention, I would say, because of that, is probably better because of that. So that's my quick story, but it's not about me, it's about you. So share how that has helped your business as well on your side.
Well, Patrick, I couldn't agree more. And actually, we ended up investing in a similar program, and this was a decision we made very early on in our business to offer a sabbatical for our
Yes.
team members. And every 5 years, we give a paid 1 month sabbatical in addition to any associated vacation time. And as you know, in a professional services business, time is money, and that it comes at a significant investment. But I use that word intentionally, investment, because when I look at it, and I've been challenged by others outside of our business, they say, you give people a month off. Well, that's expensive, right? They're not producing anything for a full month. And I said, yeah, you're absolutely right. And for someone who is a fantastic, loyal team member, it's the best money I ever spent. And I'm happy to do it because they're allowed to go and recharge and rest and refresh their minds, spend time with their families, and they come back better than ever. And they generally have such a great time, and it is such a positive experience. They find themselves already looking forward to and excited about their next sabbatical in 5 years. So it's just another example of putting people first, and in doing that, if it doesn't mean that the finances of a business are unimportant. It just means they're less important than your people.
And I find that when it's almost, my dad taught me this a long time ago when I was growing up. He said, Patrick, do your best, be the best at what you do, and the financial success will come. But if you focus on the financial success, you might miss all the right things you're supposed to do. So I'm curious, do you give your team members advice on how to spend their sabbatical, or is the sabbatical really a month for them to do whatever they want, take a vacation, go refresh themselves? I asked that question because one of my friends who's a professor in Singapore in the university, I'm trying to get him to go to Japan with me on a trip. And he said, yeah, I might be taking my sabbatical next year, so I don't think I can go with you. And I said, what do you mean? Sabbatical means you can do whatever you want. Come with me. He goes, no, sabbatical in the university means I'm supposed to go refresh my brain, go to another university, visit, study, etc. But usually when I meet people doing corporate sabbaticals, it's more of a go do whatever you want to enjoy yourself. And so what do you guys do for your sabbaticals?
We give them full autonomy to plan whatever they want and go do whatever their thing is and whatever they prefer. There are very few rules, but the one rule is no computers. You're not allowed, your email is turned off, and you need to truly unplug and recharge.
Yeah, so that's more to protect them.
So there's not temptation, right?
Yeah, and that's more to protect them, really, right? That's to protect their time, so that their teammates don't go, well, I think I can ask Jack a question. It won't take that much of his time, and then the brain comes back to the company.
Oh, and there is one other rule that I will mention. You have to recap it when you come back and highlight all the fun stuff that you did, so the rest of the team can enjoy it as well.
Okay, so do you apply this to yourself as well? Like, have you taken a sabbatical?
Bits and pieces. I have not been able to take a full month off, and that's mainly for other personal reasons, because I have 4 children that are very active and it's hard to coordinate schedules too. Sometimes it's even harder to coordinate 6 people all being in one place at one time.
I know, right? By the way, how old are your children? Your 4 kids?
I have 19, 17, 16, and 11.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Your 19-year-old must be in college somewhere right now. Left the home already.
Yep.
Yeah, I've got 2 girls, and Joy. They're both in Seattle. So yes, they're both in Seattle. One's 26, one's 23, and they've left the nest, and they're both doing well in Seattle. But enjoy the time, man. It's like from 11 years to 19 years. That's a beautiful span. But you've got a few more years before your 11-year-old leaves the nest. So enjoy that. Do you share? I'm sure you share some of these things with your children and your family. Some of your thinking at work and all that. And do they go, Dad is smart and Dad has this stuff to teach me, or do they go, okay, Dad, another life lesson with Daddy? The way I ask that question, you can tell where my head is, right?
Yes. You're speaking from experience, I'm sure. And I would have to say, Patrick, it is evolving. It is actively evolving, and I say that with a smile on my face, because my family is very much a part of this journey with us, and they know the why. They understand it, and they are very much, not only are they supportive, but they believe in that why as well, because we're impacting other individuals, we're impacting families, and that's what I am so proud of at this point, and they share in that pride, because when this journey transitions or comes to an end at some point, we're not going to remember how many projects we worked on or how many sites we developed. We're really going to remember the people that we were able to impact and influence. And it's so exciting for me to have them on that journey with me. So they get to experience it, and I share, all the excitement. Now I will tell them about the exciting advancements that we've had, or the wins that we've had, or the challenges that we're facing. And when they were younger, there'd be a lot of eye rolling, and here Dad's going to give us life advice again. And it's fun. It's fun now to see a couple of my older children as they are planning for their collegiate endeavors, and ultimately what professions they're going to be in. They're starting to appreciate it a little bit more.
Yeah, it's funny. I've seen that journey, of course, right? And my older one, I think in the late mid-teens, she would say to me, would share something, and she go, another life lesson with Daddy. My younger one would say, why? What's wrong with life lessons, Daddy? These are good. And I'm like, it's okay. It's okay, Nicole. You haven't been where Joy is yet. It's okay. Don't worry about it. I don't want her to I don't want Joy to feel, my older one, to feel bad when his sister says that. But Nicole be like, oh, what do you mean? It's good. It's good. And you can see the difference in age. And then now that Joy's working, she comes to me now for some guidance. And in fact, one of the things I shared with her when she started working was I said, hey, Joy, Daddy wants to move away from being like the dad that tells you what to do to really being a guide, kind of help you along your journey, be a guide. And she said, hey, okay, that sounds interesting, Dad. What does that mean? Like, what does that look like? And I said, I don't know. I mean, you're my firstborn, so we'll figure it out together. And she always says to me, yeah, I'm the guinea pig, Nicole gets I'm the experiment, Nicole gets the outcomes. And I said, no, I said, guinea pigs get the best things first. That's how you're gonna look at it. So, hey, time machine question. If I could put you in a time machine and you could go back and meet your younger, inexperienced self, what piece of advice would you give your younger, inexperienced self?
Oh, that's a great question. I would say, and this really ties back to what we had touched on a bit earlier, the understanding the identity, what your true mission and purpose is. And I would say, I would tell myself, focus on that first and foremost, figure that out and burn that into your core, because that, your belief in that and your passion around that is going to be the heartbeat of your career, your business, etc., moving forward. And I say that because there's such a tendency, and it doesn't really matter what business you're in. It doesn't matter if you're making widgets or if you're offering professional services or manufacturing products. There's a tendency to focus so much on the what, on the product itself, that you lose sight of the why and how it's going to impact people. And I would say I should have and wish I had focused on that even sooner.
Gotcha. So it's been such a great time talking with you, Greg. However, my episode's coming to an end. So I would love to know, as I shared before, this podcast is really geared towards CEOs to help us all have a more joyful and successful life. So what last piece of advice would you like to leave with all the CEOs listening to this for them to have a more joyful and successful life?
I would say, similar to my last answer, know your why. Know your why through and through, and believe in it and believe in yourself, and make sure you have a leadership team and a circle around you who not only understands that, but is right there running with you to drive that why through your entire organization every day.
Awesome. Greg, thank you so much. Melissa, back to you.
Yeah, thank you, Greg, for taking the time and sharing your advice with us today. I appreciate it so much. Patrick, it's great to see you again. Always. But until next time, go out there, find your why, enjoy your journey. Bye now.
Thank you both.
Thank you.